Hi there. Haven't made a video in a while, but I thought it might be a good opportunity to make one, since I think the whole, angry atheist thing is really overblown. First of all, as far as the DMAC is concerned, I think most people know now that that was actually that was a spam group or some damn thing. They nailed some atheist sites as well, or channels or whatever. So here are the basic reasons that atheists may come off as looking angry. Number one, well, maybe not number one, forget it. I'm not going to put this in order of importance. I'm just going to spew it off as it comes to my mind. Atheists are among the least trusted people in religious countries, and the United States and Canada are fairly religious, and so we're down at the bottom of the heap. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but like blacks, Jews, gay people, Muslims are all rated higher in terms of trust than atheists. Imagine if you're an atheist, right? Wouldn't that piss you off? I mean, you're just a person who doesn't believe in something that hasn't been proven, right? You believe in what is proven. You don't believe in what isn't proven. You also look at the evidence, things like, most people quote the Bible. Well, the Bible is like a 2,000-year-old book that was written by Bronze Age goat herders. This doesn't really lend it a lot of credibility. You mentioned at the end of your video that there's a lot of good things in the Bible if you took the God stuff out and whatever. That's true, but there's also some really horrible stuff in the Bible. Things like, if what was that thing with Lot, and his daughters, being sent out to be raped by their father, and then, oh man, it just, anyway, that's beside the point, I guess. I'm sure there's some good stuff in the Bible as well. Although I'll bet you there's 1,000 other books out there that probably have just as good or better advice, and don't force you to go to church on Sunday. So, getting back to the why atheists are PO'd. I think you have to think of atheists not so much as in people who just don't believe in theism or a god. You have to think of them as a minority group, although getting much larger, that are being prejudiced against. Think of blacks as an example. If you were black and you had to deal with the issues that black people have had to deal with for the last couple hundred years, you'd probably be a little angry as well, right? You'd probably be a little PO'd from time to time about the way you get treated and the way you generally are mistreated in society. That's still true. I mean, I don't think we live in a racist society at all. I think it's pretty obvious we are still quite a racist, we're quite racist countries, both in North America. So that should probably help you get a better idea of where the perceived anger comes from. I had some notes here about some of the other things you said. Oh yeah, angry emails. I'd love to see some of those and analyze what what you consider angry, because I've read lots of Richard Dawkins stuff and I've seen lots of his videos, and I mean, he's a professor, so he has a serious sort of bent to him, but I've never seen him really angry unless you describe some of the ridiculous things that he has to deal with, and perhaps the fact that he considers child abuse, or sorry, that teaching children about religion is child abuse. That seems to make him a little TO'd. And anyway, that's another subject. What else have we got here? Yeah, homosexuals, blacks, blah blah. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's another little example of where the anger comes from, or where the perceived anger comes from. Imagine if, it's 2010, and most of the people in the world still believed that disease was caused by demons, all right? We know it's caused by bacteria and viruses and whatnot, but most of the people in the world, and so they argued against any scientific studies, against medicine. They fought, against doing medical research and whatnot, because they felt it was more important that you pray or, burn goat heads or whatever the heck it is that they did in biblical times to cure people. After a while, seeing people die, maybe even some of your own friends, you would be angry. If you knew for a fact that there was such a thing as germs, and germs did, cause the disease, that would whoops, sorry, my screen just went away. That would cause some problems. Another thing I should mention is when you talk about angry, I mean, when was the last time you saw atheists stomping around outside of, say, a military funeral with signs like, God hates fags, or, we don't believe in God? Well, you don't see that kind of thing. It always seems to be on the religious side. It's always the religious guys that are shooting doctors and so on and so forth. Now that is real anger. Somebody yapping at you because they think you're silly for believing in God is, um, you know, not going to do you a hell of a lot of harm. Maybe it might hurt your ego, but that's about it. But somebody putting a bullet in your head, because of their religious beliefs, or flying an airplane into a tower because of their religious beliefs, can do a lot of damage. I think you'll all agree at that. Anyway, I think I've spewed long enough. Thanks for watching the video, and over and out from Uma Carrot.